Okay, today is Monday. It is the 6th. I know it's Monday. Days of the week are less hard to keep track of. Date, way hard to keep track of. It's Monday. I don't work on Mondays because I work on Sundays, so I get Saturday and Monday off. And Monday, my husband goes into the office still. However, starting Wednesday, he's going to be working from home. Where he works, there's a lab component. They've been doing a good job with keeping things clean and keeping people separate and all of that. So I'm not too worried about him. But because he will be starting to work from home on Wednesday, except for days when he has to go in to use the lab, I need to finish cleaning his office because we sort of just put up with it being like half cleaned or half organized for a while. My dog is like repositioning herself. We've put up with it being like half organized for a while because he doesn't do a ton in there, but he's starting to do more and more in there, obviously, because he's having to do a lot more from home now. And so I really need to get it done. So this is where most of my books are. And as you can tell, it needs a little bit of help. This is all donation stuff that we haven't been able to donate, and now all of the places are closed. So I need to like figure out a place to put this. This is supposed to go in that corner where my prints currently are. That's a bridesmaid dress for a wedding in May that's no longer happening because they had to elope 2 weeks ago, but we're having a big party in October, hopefully. So anyway, probably need to like organize my closet, organize all of that. Why am I telling you this? Simply to say that I'm going to be listening to Path of Daggers while working on this. So I'm going to be working on that. I wrote out like everything I want to do today, and I'm going to clean, just do a lot of cleaning. It's some of those projects that I've been meaning to do for a while, but just haven't. And now push comes to shove and I have to do them. Okay, listening to Path of Daggers, which is Wheel of Time book 8. That's the book that I'm obviously currently on in the Wheel of Time, which is pretty good so far. I really loved book 7. I know that a lot of people call that the beginning of the slog, I think, but I really enjoyed it. I loved everything that happened with the characters. So far, book 8 is almost as good to me personally. So I'm wondering if now book 8 is where the slog will begin. We'll see. I'm like 6 hours in, which equates to, it's like a 23-hour audiobook. So a little over a quarter of the way, I guess. Okay, last night I finished 10,000 Doors of January on my Kindle. I've been taking a lot of pictures with my Kindle in them because that's the only way to get library books right now, and I don't own a ton of books that I haven't read. And so physical library books that are currently just living at my house until my library reopens, or anything I can get on my Kindle / ebook, audiobook, those are the main books that I have. I have 2 books that I really want to work on. Horse and His Boy. Yes, I finished The Silver Chair and it was so good. So I'm on chapter 3 and I don't remember anything that happens in this book. Technically I read it when I was, I guess, 10. I do remember reading this out loud to my mom. And I also remember reading The Magician's Nephew out loud to my mom. And I think probably The Last Battle, because I got a lot of, I don't know, points on something. I don't know. I had some incentive to read out loud when I was in late elementary school. So, but I don't remember anything except that there's a talking horse and there's a couple famous quotes from here that I'm aware of. All right. There we are. Looks all good. Looks so much better. And then just like I planned, I listened to Path of Daggers the whole time, and the chapters were mostly about 2 of the characters, Perrin and Fael. and some of what they've been up to, which Perrin had been missing from a few of the books. And I do like him a lot as a character. I mean, right now I'm a little more neutral to him, but that's okay. But in general, I tend to like him as a character. So it was really good to listen to more of his story. And now I'm going to take a break, eat some food, drink some water, stay hydrated, all of that. I organized the guest room. I organized the closet. Well, I did organize the closet in the guest room. I had to put all of the Christmas stuff away in there. Organized the closet in the office. Organized the bookcase. Put the stuff on shelves. It's not the most beautiful setup yet, but I also don't have a ton of stuff to set up on there other than what is on there. So I'm not totally sure how to make it more cute. And since it's not really a bookcase I put on display a lot, so I'm not super worried about making it really cute. And so I feel really happy with it. Hey, why are you eating grass? Bless you. Alright guys, good morning. It is Tuesday. It's like 7:30 in the morning. Today I have started getting up at 6 again, which is normally when I get up, but I haven't done that since before spring break, which is also BC, before Corona. Just because I don't have to be at work meetings until 9 or 10, and so I've been lazy. So yesterday I read about 3 hours of Path of Daggers. I think I already talked about that. And I also worked on Horse and His Boy. For a day off, it was like a lower reading day. Usually I read several hundred pages on a Monday, or listen. I guess I listened to 3 hours in Path of Daggers. That's probably only 100 pages, to be honest. But yeah, usually I read a lot more on a Monday than I did yesterday, but I just had to take care of my house. And also I watched 2 episodes of Zoe's Incredible Playlist and made a cookie mug in a cup, cookie cup in a mug, cookie cake, cookie. Okay, we're done. Yeah, and then just enjoyed, my husband and I watched Sherlock with some friends on Netflix party, and we had set it up so that all of us were wearing headphones so that we could like have Zoom open and be all watching the show together, and so that was really fun. Reading plans for today, pretty low. I try not to set a very high goal on Tuesdays just because those are the biggest day of my week. I have the most meetings. I have 10, 11, noon, 1:30, 2. Oh, and then I'm done at 3 actually. I used to not get done till 5 and then go back at 6 for another one. Short dinner break there. But yeah, I'm actually done at 3. And then I do have a class that I have to take at 6. I don't know what will be realistic, but I'm sure I'll work on Horse and His Boy. Although that's my spring reread, and it's literally still April, and I'm already in book 5 of 7 because I read them publication order, not chronologically, so it's book 5 for publication order. But I also kind of want to finish it pretty soon because I have a really cool Jane Austen project in mind, and Jane Austen is my summer reread, and summer doesn't start till June 21st, but I've kind of been like telling myself in my head that if I finish Narnia sooner, then I will start my project sooner. But that's also been worrying in my head because of my Adam Savage project. This is what I get for having ideas. So anyway, I was just rambling at this point. I will update you later with what I read. Just out on our daily approved excursion. Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 8th. I think I wrote 7 yesterday, so I'm assuming 8th is today. We are out for our daily sanctioned walk. The walking trails at our parks are still open, which was really awesome. I definitely try to go in the off times because in the evening after work, it can be a little crowded, and that's when a lot of the young people like to come out, and they're not as good at staying away from me as the people who tend to come out during the day, who tend to be older than college age. So, grass, go ahead. Yeah, we are walking. I'm gonna listen to Path of Daggers, and reading update. I actually read some of Leviathan Wakes yesterday, and it was amazing. I hadn't been in the mood for it for a long time, but I'm really glad that I'm finally in the mood for it. That dude totally just saw me vlogging and talking to my camera. But you know what? We're all online only in life now, so I don't really care. So yeah, I read 3 chapters of Leviathan Wakes last night, and I'm so glad that I'm back to a mental state where I can work on this one and read it. It is like a heavier sci-fi, and so I'd put it down for a while as everything was happening in the world, because I dove headfirst into only happy stories during that time. So there's that. So anyway, it's such a good story though. It's totally my type of sci-fi. I'm excited to read more of it later today after work. And in the meantime, I'm gonna walk my dog, listen to Path of Daggers, and have some fun. Whew. I'm back. I changed because I sweated way more than I thought I would. To be fair, I'd planned on doing like a 15-minute walk, and instead we took like a 40-minute walk because I just wanted to stay outside. I filmed day 1 of outfits inspired by book covers. I'm trying to do not just the cover itself, but also like the content of the book as much as possible. So keep watching because this video is coming to you eventually. I'm in chapter 13 out of 30 on Path of Daggers, so I'm almost like halfway through. There might be 31 chapters, I don't totally remember. My doggo is a sleepo. She's a cutie. I have my first meeting at 12:30 for work, and it is like 11, so I'm gonna make some food and read. I'm probably gonna read a chapter or 2 out of Horse and His Boy just to work on it, but I think the one that I really want to dig into is Leviathan Wakes, because reading that last night was actually really exciting, and I'm really glad to be back in this story. So that's my reading update for now. Okay, so here we are. It's Thursday. It's right after 1 o'clock. I have not read. No, that's a lie. This morning I started to have into Hoax by, oh man, the name's escaping me. It's a book I just saw a book olive read, and it's felt like something that was totally up my alley that I wanted to read. So I started it. It's on Script. I'm listening to the audiobook, and they have British accents. So honestly, I'm not complaining at all. It's like, I think I may have just said this. Whoops. It's a historical rom-com-y type of thing, historical romancy comedy, maybe. I don't know. I'm in the 2nd chapter, and it's really cute so far. Also, last night, oh gosh, I already put it back on the bookcase. I finished The Horse and His Boy last night, which means that today I've moved on to watching The Magician's Nephew. Hey, look, a makeup brush. This morning I've moved on to The Magician's Nephew. I actually haven't read this yet. Today. I haven't read it yet today. This is a reread. The entire series is a reread. However, Horse and His Boy, Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle I've only read once. And so I did not remember a majority of Horse and His Boy. And I remember a little bit more out of The Magician's Nephew, just because I remember being like a little bit mind blown about, I opened it to the table of contents. I don't know why. Habit. I remembered being a little bit mind blown about some of the stuff that's revealed in Magician's Nephew, because I read them, growing up, I read them in publication order and instead of in chronological order, and that's just the order that I prefer. And so, you know, when you get into this book, which in publication order is number 6, there are all these things that get revealed that are just like amazing and crazy. So that's why it sticks out to me more than Horse and His Boy. I think I read them right around the same time as each other for the first time. Also, this cover is so beautiful. I have 2 more work meetings today, video calls, and I think I haven't really thought about actually what I want to read. I started after Horse and His Boy last night. I technically read like 4 pages of The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu, which is about it's a historical fiction about Mozart's sister, who was also brilliant. And I actually am classically trained in piano, and so I feel like this is the type of book I'm really gonna love. I've heard Elliot Brooks talked about it, and she plays violin and teaches violin, and she talked about like her attachment to it, and it felt like I'm gonna get really attached to that book. So I have that. I also have The City of Girls came in at the library, and I want to read that. I have 3 weeks to read that one. And I also checked out A Study in the Scarlet, which is the first published Sherlock Holmes book, and so I want to read that. So I just have to I have to get my life together and figure out what I'm reading. And I started to have into Hoax because I was just wanting like a more fun, light read, and it is an audiobook. And normally I don't read 2 audiobooks at the same time, but I just was not in the mood for Path of Daggers this morning. And I'm kind of thinking about putting that series down because they are really hefty audiobooks, and so they take me a while to get through. And I've just been in the mood for lighter, more fun reads, as you've probably noticed by everything I have been reading. Narnia, Princess Diaries, historical romance, historical fiction, lighthearted stuff. So I'm thinking about putting that book down for a while, but I haven't officially decided to. It is open on Goodreads, so I mean, it would just stay open on Goodreads, and I just wouldn't listen to it for a while. So I don't know yet what I'm totally gonna do, but that is an update on a few things. I think I'm in focus. I certainly hope so. So it's Friday. It is the end of the work week for me. I think it's like 5 o'clock right now, something like that. Either way, it's the end of the work week. I only finished 1 book this week, technically. I finished 10,000 Doors of January on Sunday night, and I think I talked about that a little bit on Monday. It was really profound. It really stuck with me. It was really, really good. I did have a little bit of trouble getting into it in the beginning. It wasn't until probably the 4th chapter that I really got into it, but I really wound up loving it and enjoying it a lot. So I also finished The Horse and His Boy this week, which was excellent. I think I finished that on Wednesday, and it was really good. I have The Magician's Nephew. I have The Magician's Nephew right here. I own all of them. And I want to read this soon, but I actually decided to pause on that because I technically have like all of the spring season to finish it. Do I want it to take me that long? No, because my summer reread is Jane Austen, and I'm like eager to jump into that. And the fact that there's only 2 Narnia books left, you know, I really want to do it. I'm holding off on starting The Magician's Nephew for a little bit, probably about a couple days or so, I don't know, maybe a week, for 2 main reasons, one of which is that I worked a lot on Leviathan Wakes. I don't know if this is glaring because I just don't know. I turned my phone around and started recording from the front, so I have no idea if there's a glare on this. I'm sorry if there is, but yeah, I've been working on Leviathan Wakes a lot this week. I've officially gotten halfway through it. I think Goodreads says I'm technically 51% through, which is really cool. Last night I made sure to read, I looked at how many pages there were total, and then it made sure to read up until over the halfway point, and then just finish the chapter after that. And I was pretty tired, so I read 1 chapter of a different book, and I'll get to that in a minute, but then I went to bed. So yeah, I'm working on this one. I talked about this before, how I'd put this aside for a little while because I was wanting lighter reads, thanks global things. And I was finally ready to pick this guy back up, and he kind of played me. Like, okay, minor spoilers, so, you know, just be forewarned. I'll put the little I'll put spoilers on the screen until I'm done. But basically, last night, they revealed that there is a disease of some type that is killing people. The problem is, they revealed this like 40% into the book. So I'm already like super into the book. I'm already loving the world building. I'm already loving the characters. I'm already like really invested in what's going on. And of course, of all the things, my luck, of all the things that it had to be, oh well. So I'll probably keep reading this, but I may pace myself a little bit. I may also just like really get through it. I don't know, because I want to finish that so that I can keep reading The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula Le Guin, because I am working on that one. I'm 12% done with it, but I put it down until I finish Leviathan Wakes, and I'm working on that for a different project. So anyway, I've been working on that a lot, and then I started The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. And then I also, just because I love chaos apparently, decided to start reading The City of Girls. Because some people that I follow on Instagram, some bookstagrammers that I follow on Instagram, they're all doing the City of Girls read along, and I really wanted to participate. Also, I finally came into the library, so I do have a pretty limited time with that. Leviathan Wakes, as well as some of the other books in here, are library books, but they're like hard copies, and I can't return them right now. And so I just don't have the pressure on me to read Leviathan Wakes that I have on me to read City of Girls. Anyway, I've rambled for a while. The point is, I finished Horse and His Boy, I'm pausing on Magician's Nephew, and I'm in the middle, literally, of Leviathan Wakes, as well as having started City of Girls, The Kingdom of Back, and To Have and Hoax. So I'm not gonna vlog over the weekend. My husband and I spend the weekends together resting and recuperating from the weeks, as well as like just doing whatever we want to do, and I just don't want to pressure myself to have to record. I love my weekends. So I'll pick it back up on Monday and catch you guys up on what I did read over the weekend, because I read a ton, and let you know what I think about it and talk about my reading plans for next week. And I'm looking forward to it. So that's all. All right, we'll talk again another time. Okay, so it's Monday. Can I put this somewhere while I talk? Sure.